Hello everybody, I'm Spaghetti Coconut and welcome back to my Robot Rumble 2 tutorials. Today, I will be teaching you how to make a horizontal spinner robot, sort of like Tombstone from BattleBots. So, let's get started. I would recommend that you go back and watch my first robot tutorial to be able to follow the steps that I will be doing in this episode. So, I will leave a link to that in the description, so if you haven't watched it yet, you can go watch it. Alright, now let's begin. So first up, we're going to make a little chassis that's a little wide, but also a little short. So kind of like this. And then we're going to click plus, shrink it down, and then go. Choose the first option, and then your main base is good to go. But first, you're going to go to Materials, click on one of the parts, click on Titanium, and Set for all sides. This gives you a sturdy base plate to work off of. Now, to be able to not be so blinding, I typically make my base plate a darker color at the start so I can work with it better. Alright, so what you're going to want to do next is going to take a cube. But you're going to click on this little side menu first, and you're going to click Mirror. And then you're going to place the cube down with a click. You're going to move it until the red arrow is in this little white line right here. And then you're going to shrink it down to about here, using this S tool. And you're going to move it like so, and stretch it to however you want. Now, like I said, if you're feeling a little lost here, I would recommend and go watch the first robot tutorial because I explained how to do all of the shape manipulation, how to place down motors, and how to weld components. This, I probably will not be doing much of that. I'll just be showing how to make the general shape of the robot, the motors you're probably going to want to use, and how to make the robot function. So, alright, we got our side panels placed down. Right, click like so. And we're going to deselect the mirror option, place it down, rotate it like so, and expand it like this. Good. And we can do the same for the other side. Awesome. You have your base. Now, let's put some motors inside. So first we're going to be placing down the drive motors. And like I said in the last video, I prefer A28400s for my drive. They are very, very reliable motors and provide an ample amount of power. So, let us place them down. Alright, and then next you're going to want to put a 90-degree gearbox on them, like so. You're going to rotate, like so. And then place a chain on the gearbox sprocket. Shrink the chain down, move it like so, and boom, you have your motor drive set up. Alright, now let's put in the weapon motor. A good reliable motor to use is a Amflow A28400 Dual, which is this motor right here. So you're going to deselect mirror, you're going to place it down like so. What I like to do is I like to rotate it, move it up like so, place a 90-degree gearbox on it, like so. Let's move it down just a bit. There we go. And then put a chain on and you'll take the chain out, and you'll put it somewhere in front of the robot, like so. Very nice. Alright, what you're going to want to do next is place in your batteries. So, typically, to run two A28400s, I use two 33-volt probats, like so. And I place them down. And uh-oh, it looks like they stick out the top a little bit. So we're just going to have to rotate them. No big deal. And we'll place down two more for the A28400 dual. But uh-oh, it looks like we have a bit of clipping into the gearbox there. Well, what do we do now? The batteries are pretty big, so where do we go from here? Well, sometimes you kind of have to make space. So let's see if we drag them out here. Still clipping into the gearbox, which would be illegal in an actual tournament. So, what I like to do is we're going to use the large batteries for the drive, and then we're going to use the small 33-volt blue bats for the weapon. Oh, whoops. So I'm going to take these, and we're going to place 1, 2, let's move the battery a bit, and 3, and we'll tuck in, oh, let's mirror on another axis. We'll mirror on the z-axis, and we'll put the last batteries here. There we go. And now you see they are highlighted red, so we'll simply need to weld those. Take this, mirror it on the x-plane. Oh, what in the world? Oh, it's trying to weld the chain. I was a little bit confused there for a moment. Alright. So we got those down. And I'll move these batteries. Cover those a bit. And everything is welded inside. Good work. Alright. What you're going to want to do next is place down your ESCs. So, we're going to be placing down two dual motor 160 amp ESCs, which are these big blue ones right here. Well, if we can find room for them, that is, because they get a little bulky sometimes. Not expecting to be running out of room for tutorial. I may have made my chassis a bit too small. Let's see. We'll take... Actually, we can just take the ESCs that we had before, the dual motors. We can place them down. And all we need to do is make the chassis a bit taller. Move these forward as well, because I could tell they were poking out the back a little bit. There we go. Problem solved. So, we have these in. And now you have your ESCs in. So what we're going to want to do next is we're going to place down our battery splitters, which can be found in electronics under this little port right here. So, for the drive, we'll place down a 2-port battery hub. We'll unmirror. Don't know why it's trying to weld to the chain, but it is. Actually, we'll mirror. So we'll do mirror on the... Actually, no, we won't mirror. So we'll place 2-port here. And let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 8 batteries here. So, we're going to place a 4-port battery hub down here. Move these in just a bit. Actually, what we're going to do, take 4-port, we're going to mirror on the z-axis, place them right here, and take away the 2-port from earlier. And then we're going to find a place to put the 2-port. We're going to place it here, and we're going to move it down to where it's like so. Good job, you have all your internals that you need. So now let's close them up. Alright, I'm going to take these and align them with the white line. So you have your base. Now, next, we're going to make a weapon support. So what I like to do is I'll take these wedge pieces, I'll mirror them. Oh, wrong axis. I was on the correct one before. Mirror them like so on the front plate. Rotate them like so. Shrink them down like so. And put them like that. And then we'll make them titanium. And also, if you're rotating around, the base gets in the way, you can simply press B on your keyboard and the base will go away so you can see the robot better. Right, so we're going to do the same thing to the bottom here. Alright, next we're going to take some cubes. We're going to shrink them down until they're the same thickness as the thing. As the triangles. Not sure why I just said the thing. My brain's a little cooked today. I was outside for a little while, and it's still quite hot for fall. We're going to expand them to about there. And we're going to make them titanium. And then we're going to do the same thing as the bottom. Oh! And we can make these a bit thicker. Increases the realism of the robot and the supports that hold the weapon in. I'll talk about realism more in depth in a later video. At the end of this video, I'll probably discuss what to expect from me in the future. Like so. We're going to move these back until they're aligned, and then we're going to drag them down to the triangles. Alright. So let me color them gray. Alright. Next we're going to take a cylinder. We're going to unmirror the cylinder. We're going to place it on the top of the chassis, make sure it's aligned with the center. We're going to place it right here. Oh, well, let's move it down just a bit more. I'm going to shrink it down. I'm going to expand it. Like so. And we're going to move it out ever so slightly. Oh, wrong button. I meant to click materials. It's a bit unaligned. So what we're going to do about that is we're going to click off the snap option. Ever so slightly bring it up. Ever so slightly bring it out. Just a little bit off. Perfect. So what you do when you turn off snap is you undergo very slight movements that drag it. For me, I was just trying to get it to look good. You don't have to get it to look good. With that, I mean you can give your robot a big button nose for all I care. But I was just trying to make this look a bit more presentable. in getting these to align with the circle here. All right, so we're gonna take this, turn snap back on, place another cylinder on top of the previous one, and lower it down until it is like so. And then we're gonna take our chain and move it to where it is now in the center of the cylinders. You now have the beginnings of your weapon support. Alright, what to do next? So, we're going to take another cylinder, I'm going to place it down here, or on top of this, and we're going to shrink it down to about this much. And we're going to move it to where it touches this, and we're going to move it up. This creates the stationary shaft for the weapon. This is what holds it in. We're going to do a very similar thing to the drive over here. Oh, I just noticed that's an oval. Let's see. Shrink it down this way. No, the other way. Oh, blast. Now I've gotten myself confused. Ah, yes, I was right the first time. Alright, there we go. We're going to do a very similar thing for the drive. But we're going to shrink it down to about here, and we're actually going to move that to the side for now. Because first we're going to mount this. Oh, didn't get it quite there. There we go. We're going to move it in, expand it outwards, like so, and place on our quarter cylinder wheels that I taught you how to make in the last video. Oh, I've forgotten to mirror. Mirroring is very important when you do drive setups, because you'll end up just having to try to copy and paste it to the other side, which sometimes can be quite frustrating. Let's get rid of this. But just in case you didn't watch the last video, I'll do a quick refresher on how to do the quarter cylinder wheels. So we're going to grab a quarter cylinder. We're going to move it like so. You're going to make sure that the corner of the quarter cylinder takes up a quarter of your shaft. Then you're going to shrink it down. Shrink the piece to however you feel fit. Move it in. And then do it again. Well, not quite. I'm very sorry. What you're actually going to do is you're going to place another quarter cylinder on top of this one. Move it forward. Take the first quarter cylinder and do the mass copy option. You're going to place it down, you're going to rotate it to about so. Voila, you have quarter cylinders. And what you're going to do is you're going to just mass paste or mass copy paste a bunch of quarter wheels on the shaft until the shaft is completely full. Perfect. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this shaft that we placed to the side, and we're going to move it into the wheel to where it's centered. I'm going to expand it until you see it poke out just a bit. I'm going to delete this one, as that was just our placeholder. And then you're going to make the wheels rubber. And if you mirrored your wheels correctly, it should just automatically copy to the other side. There we go. Now your wheels are done. So, next for the weapon. So, we're going to move the chain out just a bit over here so we can work on our weapon without it being obstructed. So we're going to take a cube and we're going to place it on the little sprocket here. Oh, I mirrored it. That would have been bad. So we're going to take this, place it down, shrink it to however you feel fit, and then move it out to about here. And you're going to press on the bar and make it Hardox. Excellent. And then you're going to take a wedge, like so, shrink it down, move it like so. Oh, it's just a bit off. There we go. Take a cube, or the cube you already did, and shrink that to where it is the right size to fit in this little gap here. And you're just going to do the inverse of that on the opposite side. Let me move it out just a bit more so I can see it a bit better. To where we have something that looks a bit like this. Oh, keep in mind to turn your triangles to Hardox as well. Alright, now to add the teeth. So what you're going to do is going to take a little itty bitty cube, place it on the end like so. Rotate the triangles like so, and shrink them down to about there. And then you're going to make these Hardox as well. And then you're going to copy it from the square and place it over here. And then once you're done, you can move your weapon back into the robot. And to test to make sure that your weapon doesn't accidentally clip into the chassis when spinning, you can click on the rotation option and see if it does or doesn't. Now, see, I made mine a bit too long, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the cube, shrink it down just a bit. Like so. And now our bar should perfectly clear the chassis when spinning. Perfect, you have your bar on. So now let's color the bar. Make it not such a glaring white. So we'll make it dark gray. With some red accents on the teeth. Now, you don't have to make your robot the same colors as mine, but this is just what I choose to do. Perfect. Oh, by the way, make your shaft Hardox. It's better for structural realism with the robot. So you see, our robot is, well, in terms of wiring, it doesn't work yet. It's not quite finished, but it is severely underweight. So how exactly are you going to make the robot in weight? So, what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple of little accents here and there. So we're going to take the supports, mirror them on end, rotate them like so, move them like so, and place them down like so. And you will do the same thing for the bottom. And the cool thing is, you can just line them up with the little highlighted boxes. And when they look aligned, simply drag them down to here. Perfect. Now, you see I've made my robot out of titanium. Let's go ahead and armor up. Let's change everything to Hardox. but yet we are still underweight. So let's take this, let's make these supports 7 thickness hardocks. Using the thickness slider. And now, let's put some weight into the bar. Let's make this about 11 thickness hardocks. We'll make this 11 as well. Make sure to put it in on the other triangle to make it to where it is not off balance. We'll do the same for here. Oh, my mistake. And we will max out the teeth. Let's add just a bit more weight to this centerpiece. Actually, we could probably max it out. And be sure to thicken your shaft as well. Bump these up to 8. Now you see the robot is now a bit overweight, so let's just bump it down just a very slight bit. Perfect. The robot is now in weight. So let's get the robot to actually function. So we're going to go to wiring. Oh, I've forgotten a very important part of the robot. I've forgotten the receiver. You're always going to need a receiver for robots. Rotate it like so. Oh, just a bit more. There we go. Move this back down. And now we wire, which is simply just a drag and drop system with click and drags. It's surprisingly easy for looking as daunting as it is. Right, we're going to grab the dual motor. Oh, I've chosen the wrong batteries. Put those back there. So you're going to grab the pros, and you're going to drag them over here. You're going to grab the 2-port battery hub, put it like so. Have in, and then out. You're going to grab the 4-port battery hubs, and bring them over here. Along with the smaller 33-volt batteries. Yep, Flow A28400 dual. And we have everything set up. So just click on a node and drag it to the other node, and when it turns green, you can just drop it. Easy as that. So now, let us connect the batteries on this side. I've already connected the batteries on the other side, just to let you know. I just realized how dumb of a layout I have. I cannot have dual 4-part battery splitters because I cannot funnel them into each other. So let's take one away. Actually, we'll take them both away. We don't not need either of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to electronics, wiring splitters, and we're going to grab might I be able to fit this in here? We'll find a way. Here, let's move our receiver over here. It's moments like these where you have to play Tetris with robots. Let's see, will it fit vertically? That would be a no. Very interesting predicament indeed. Aha! I know what I can do. So we're going to turn them like so. Like so. Oh, let's get this out of the way so I don't accidentally blind myself again. I'm going to move them over here, move them slightly into this panel, and then drop them down. Ooh, they're clipping into the batteries a tad. Move them up a bit. I guess we could just place this down on here and make the chassis slightly fatter. Lift the wheels a tad bit. And adjust anything I attach to the top plate. And you saw I turned off snap there to get it a bit more elegant, which you don't have to do. All you have to do is attempt to center the chain with the cylinder in order for the robot to be realistic. Alright, perfect. Oh, almost perfect. Why don't we simply move the supports up? And move this down ever slightly. There we go. HS robot. Now, to fill in this little ugly gap here, we'll take a thing and we'll shrink it down a tad. Ah, yes, this is when this comes in handy. The scale snap option will add an extra 0 to that. And we can scale it smaller to fill smaller gaps. Seamless, you wouldn't even tell it was there. Let's move up the bar just a tad. There, so it's not scraping the bottom. Extend this as well. Perfect. Well, oh, blast. Forgotten it. There we go. Well, almost. And spotless. Perfect. Alright, next we are going to gear. So we're going to go to the gearbox attached to the motor. We can just simply click on the chain, hold shift, and press the left arrow key to be able to tab into the gearbox. So we'll set these to 3 to 1. Alright. Oh! Let us put in our new wiring splitter. Just simply connect each battery to an individual port. Like so. And then drag this. Drag. Drag. Put these in like so. And put these in here like so. So, single toggle, left and right. Now you see the robot does drive a bit backwards here. So, we're going to mirror the motors, or reverse direction, sorry. Like so. And you see our horizontal spinner spins frighteningly slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the chain gearing. So we're going to set this to 3 to... no, we're not going to set that to 3 to 1. We'll set this to 1.5 to 0.5. Now let us check our telemetry. There we go. We have a 225 mile per hour bar hitting at about 65,000 joules, weighing about 36 kilograms, and about 36 volts and 19 amp hours. You are looking very good. The robot hits nice and hard. So voila, you have completed your HS robot. I do apologize for how bumbling this tutorial was. I haven't done one of these in a while. I'm out of practice, and today was very long. So forgive me for any mistakes that I did make. So for the I do, before I go, I want to talk about the future of what I'm going to be doing for these. This is going to be the beginning of the basic archetype weapon tutorials. So I will be doing these. So I'll be doing, I've already done the HS, like you see here. I'll be doing a vertical spinner tutorial. I'll be doing a pneumatic flipper tutorial. I'll be doing an electric flipper tutorial. And, what else am I missing? Ah, a lifter tutorial. And those will be the basic archetypes. And then we're going to go to the intermediate archetypes, which will be stuff like a shell spinner, a hammer saw, a grabber lifter similar to overhaul, and things that are a little intermediate. And then I will be getting into the advanced weapon types such as flywheel flippers and melty brains and other more advanced weapon types that require a little more attention. But for now, we're going to stick with the basics. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I will see you next time.